Okay, Ty. Okay, Ty, we are live now, and I'm
Okay.
making host back.
Okay.
Yes.
And now you're co-host.
Yep.
We're
Now
ready to
wait
go.
for the learner. Yeah.
All we need now are learners.
Yes. By the way, you are live, so you can start
Okay.
after the session's time starts now.
Okay. Hmm. Hi, Jill. Welcome. Hi, Juanita. Melinda, welcome. Oops, she's not fully in yet. I'm talking before she's there. Hi, Karen. Oh, hi, Verna in Judy, Georgia. Welcome. Hi, Jackie and Robert and Vicky. Let's see, who else did I miss? I think Melinda made it in finally. Hi, Melinda. Let's see. Hi, Jackie. I may be repeating now. I'm not sure.
Just makes your class sound bigger.
Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm inflating to make myself, it's my ego at stake. No, the screen, they moved around as people join, so it's kind of hard to keep up with who you've said hello to and who you haven't. If it would stay still and just add people at the end, you can do it. Hi, Bob.
I'll make it easy on you, Verna.
I know Verna. Yeah, I got Verna down. I know Verna. She's a regular. Hi, Margie's not there yet. Hi, Felice. Actually, so many of you are turning into regulars that I'm starting to get to know you. That's cool. Hi, Margie. Before we get started today, so while everybody's gathering, I can start talking about this. If you're a member of any other group online, you may have been exposed to Zoom bombers.
Yes.
If that term is alien, I'm going to introduce you to it. I hear Verna, I think, already said yes. Well, it took a while, but Zoom bombers have come to get set up now.
Oh, no.
And what get set up is calling them bad actors. So people have been popping into sessions and just saying bad words. These are, I call them adult children. They're children trying to shock us. So what'll happen is if one appears in our session, either Nancy, who's our TA tonight, or I will step up and just kick them out. So your job is to, oh my God, I've got to deal with this child until they get kicked out. Try not to react. Just ignore them. No matter what they're saying, no matter what they're doing, if they have a little video going or something, ignore them. Seriously, Nancy or I, one will kick them out and we can resume our class. But they want attention. I've learned in another program I'm in, if you don't give them attention, you kick them out, they slow down and almost just stop appearing. But there's always a new one coming in behind them sometime that haven't experienced you yet. So it's just life in the online world. So I just wanted to warn you in case one should appear. Maybe we won't get one. Maybe we're lucky. Maybe they just think Tai Chi is impervious to Zoom bombers. Who knows?
Well, you taught me a new word tonight. I've never heard of such a thing. So we learn about all kinds of things on
that's what your guide is for. I'm here to guide you with new vocabulary. Even if it's words we don't care to know, Okay, but I want you to be ready in case any silliness happens. So with that being said, let me jump into our housekeeping and share my screen. And I'm going to kind of rush through the housekeeping tonight so we can get some more practice time in. And okay.
Ty, if I cut out early tonight, it's because I've got another 7:30 class. So it's not you. I'll make up for it with practice at home.
I just bring a note from your parent next time, okay?
Will do.
Okay. Welcome to Tai Chi for Beginners.
I didn't want you to think it was anything you did.
Well, I appreciate that because, someone leave early, I sometimes will be brought to tears, and we do have to worry about my ego. I've brought this up before, it's kind of brittle, so I don't want my feelings hurt. No, thank you. Thank you for the warning. I'm kind of silly at times, but thank you for the warning.
I'm going to have to leave early too, probably about 7:30.
What, are you guys doing something together? What? Is that what I'm hearing? You guys know each other? Or?
Well, that'd be fun. Yeah.
Okay.
We got a Zoom date.
Get Set Up has a lot of programs, but setting people up on dates is not one of them to my knowledge. Okay. We're studying currently Sun Style 12 forms, and we're studying it in pieces, which I'll talk about. I already mentioned my name is Ty. I live in Lake Mary, Florida, which is a town nobody's ever heard of because it's nothing but a suburb of Orlando, Florida. I have a background where I studied biology, psychology, and computer science. Oddly enough, all three of those are related. That's hard to believe, but they really are. All three are related. And that's led me into a career with the Defense Department, the USDA Forest Service, and eventually working at medical centers where I was in IT management at the medical centers. And I eventually left the medical centers and went into consulting, traveling around, teaching at various medical centers around the nation and Canada and UK, teaching them how to use their data better, how to find it, how to exploit it, how to really use their system better. So I got to teach a lot of classes, and I found out I love teaching. I love sharing information. Now I'm retired, and I'm using my training in Kundalini Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Tai Chi, and therapeutic Qigong to share with you guys. I practice these modalities, but I also am sharing them with you guys. Tonight, it's Tai Chi. So tonight, I'm going to guide you through Sung Style Tai Chi, the 12 forms. We're going to do 6 of them tonight and help you learn the practice. And then over time, my hope is to help you expand from just the mechanics I teach to a deeper meditative practice, which comes with practice. Get set up. We learn from each other. It's seniors teaching seniors. Isn't that a wonderful concept? We all know a lot from our experience, and we share it so that we can move on to do wonderful things. Now, ideally, I can see you because I need feedback from you on how the class is going. So if you leave your camera on, I really appreciate it. But if you're not ready for that yet, that's acceptable. Leave your camera off, and then maybe in a future class, you'll decide to turn it on as you get more comfortable. The class will be recorded. Our TA, Nancy, is recording as I speak. And you can request that recording from help@getsetup.io, and you can use that to practice between classes. If you didn't make it in because the class filled up and you're here because of live stream, watching it on what is called Get Set Up TV, I'm so glad that's there, and I'm glad you're able to join. But the best way is get to that schedule early and sign up for a class and actually join us. Now, Get Set Up is not paid to promote any specific products. The assumption is you've checked with your doctor. I expect you to have talked to your doctor about movement practices. I don't think you're going to have any problems as long as your doctor understands what Tai Chi is. They're going to say, yes, go for it. Please move. It'll keep you healthy. But do talk to them because we all have different health conditions. We take different medications. And I don't know how that comes together with you, but your doctor does. So your doctor may tell you not to stretch this way, not to reach that way, not to move that fast, or be careful because of certain medications. So you need their guidance. And whatever that doctor tells you, that's priority number 1 in this class. Whatever I tell you does not take precedence over what that doctor has told you to do or not to do. Quickly, objectives of Tai Chi: develop more integration of mind and body, improve balance. That's a big one to me. I suffer from peripheral neuropathy. Decrease the effects of stress. Everybody needs that, not just seniors. Everybody. Slow down. What a hard lesson for those of us in this culture to learn. Slow down to gain more. When you slow down, you get to enjoy life more because you're experiencing it in the moment and not passing it by. Overall, be healthier. We move the body gently, but steadily, and that brings you to a healthier body because gentle movement makes the body work more efficiently. We have 3 basic forms that I cover in the intro session called Why Tai Chi is Great for Seniors. It's the universal posture called Wuji, which is the total balance posture, the commencement form, and the open and close. I will cover them tonight. I cover them in every class, but not as much detail as Tai Chi, Why it's Great for Seniors. If you feel you need a little bit more direction in these 3 postures, please attend Tai Chi, Why it's Great for Seniors. Even if you've attended it before, attend it again. You only need that class one time, technically. Where the Tai Chi for beginners, you should repeat as often as you can. I break down the 12 forms into single whip and brush the knee. So we have 6 forms called single whip and 6 forms called brush the knee. And each one of these has a right and a left. So single whip right, single whip left, brush the knee left, brush the knee right. These 4 segments are what I teach separately in classes. So anytime you pop into this class, you're going to get one of these 4. Tonight, we're going to work on single whip to the right. Do only what you're comfortable with. If you hit a limit, honor it and follow the doctor's directions. Wear comfortable clothing. Wear flat, well-fitting shoes. Tennis shoes work fine. Tai Chi shoes are good. Some people like to go barefoot. I don't say don't do that because some people find it very comfortable. Personally, I would never do my Tai Chi barefoot. It's not recommended, but if you're very well balanced barefoot and it's very comfortable for you, then that's what you should do. Personally, I like the structure of something on the bottom of my feet. Plus, with my foot problems, it helps. Do not practice if you're very hungry or if you've just had a meal. Or if you do go ahead anyway, be very careful, especially if you've got food on your stomach. Don't do too much. Always listen to your body. Take rest periods as needed and stop if you feel pain. Never progress if you feel pain. Always stay in your comfort zone of level of exertion. How much do I want to do? How far do I want to go? How much practice do I want to do? Am I feeling pain? Honor all those limits. They're your comfort zone. Now, move slowly. Move continuously. I call it flowingly as you're able. In class, we talk mechanics, so it doesn't really get too smooth. But with practice, you're going to find it's going to start flowing and your movements are going to become a little more fluid. But don't rush it. It'll come with time. Worry about the mechanics. And then with practice, the fluid movements will come, especially as you start to slow down. Keep a natural breath. I recommend breathing into your tummy. It's called diaphragmatic breathing because you can take in more air by breathing in your abdomen. So if you can do that and you can breathe comfortably in your abdomen, please do. If you need to, breathe in the chest instead, but slowly start practicing breathing into your abdomen. You can do it between classes. Just a slow, steady breath. You'll actually feel the belly button rise and fall. Diaphragmatic breathing is a great way to breathe, but we have to reteach it to ourselves. We had it as a toddler and as an infant, and we forgot it. Everything we do in class, use the minimum of effort. If you're finding any tension in your body, let it go. We want the least amount of effort as possible, but still do the movement. And consider the air around you somewhat dense, as though you're swimming in the air. Maybe you think of the air as a thick fog and you're swimming in it and you're pushing against it, just a little pressure. Let go in class. Less is more with Tai Chi. There's no hurry. There's no hurry in Tai Chi. It's always without rush. We have guidelines for Tai Chi, and they're very important. I stress one in each class. Tonight, we're going to talk about postural alignment. This is a very important one. You always keep your head, neck, and torso together. The head doesn't turn separate from the torso. When the head turns, the torso turns. If the torso turns, the head turns. One unit. The upper body moves as one unit. Usually you'll find that the eyes are following the hand and the torso is moving with the eyes. Also, the alignment is always straight. We always stand up straight. No leaning. If you catch yourself leaning, correct yourself and come back to a straight posture. This is very important for the Tai Chi. It's important for us to maintain balance, and it's important for fall prevention. Let's do some practice now. If you've been with me before, you know you can do it standing or seated. Some of us actually stand but have a chair handy for support. In my room here, you're going to see me every once in a while touch the wall because that's easier for me than touching a chair. If I just need that momentary steadiness because of my foot problems, I touch the wall. Use whatever tool serves you best. We've talked about clothes, talked about shoes. It's a good idea to have water available. Maybe take a sip a couple of times during class to stay hydrated. We're not going to be sweating, probably. I wouldn't expect to, but it's nice to have the water. So let's do some Tai Chi. I feel like I'm really rushing. Sorry about that. But I want to make sure we get a lot included tonight, especially after the little speech about bad actors. Luckily, we have a class full of good actors. Get Setup's got a whole series of good actors. We're very fortunate in that. I'm going to put on some music. Okay, if you're practicing standing, come standing with me. If you're in the chair, just sit up straight. Let's talk about the Wuji posture, the universal posture. Your feet, your hips are right over your ankles unless you deliberately choose to separate the feet a little wider, and that's acceptable. We want you nice and balanced on your feet. Feet are flat on the floor. If you lean forward and back, you should be able to feel the 4 points of your foot. As the weight comes forward and back, you'll notice how you're pressing against 4 points. You lean to the right, bring that weight to the right. The right foot feels firm with 4 points. And then lean to the left, bring that weight to the left foot. The left foot feels firm with 4 points. You're very steady. You're connected with the earth. You're feeling grounded. Now with Wuji, your balance is right in the center. Your center of gravity is right down the middle of the body. You stand tall with the arms and shoulders relaxed. The chin is tucked just a little. The tailbone's tucked just a little, and you have soft knees. It's a relaxing posture. So anytime I tell you find your Wuji, this is where you go and you scan the body to see if you can relax into the body a little bit more. And you start a breath into your abdomen. A nice slow breath. Doesn't have to be too deep or too full, but it should be a little slow but comfortable. And from Wuji, we start our commencement form. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see how I do commencement. For commencement, from Wuji, you rotate the shoulders. You drop the hands and they come down towards your belly button. We call it the Dantian. The hands come up the chest as your weight goes to the right foot. You Step out with that left foot, and when you get firm on that step, bring the weight to the left foot, and the right foot comes to join it. Elbows come down and the hands come back to heart center. That's commencement form. We always do a commencement form when we start our practice. So let's do that again together. I'm just going to stay directed face towards you this time. Find your Wuji. Commencement. Rotate the shoulders. Allow the hands to drift down. Remember, they're floating through a thick fog. You're sinking in the knees a little bit. The hands come up the chest. You bring the weight to the right foot. Step out with the left. As the weight comes on the left foot, the hands reach forward. Weight on the left foot, bring the right foot to join the left. Elbows down. And now we're going to do an open and close, which just means the hands, which are cupping an energy ball right now at your chest. Open, they separate a little bit, and they close. Just imagine that there really is an energy ball there and you're stretching it. Open and close. Open, stand a little taller and close. Sink in the knees. To me, that's very relaxing. I love that sensation of inhale, stand a little taller, stretch the energy, and give in and let the hands float back closer together as you sink in the knees. That's our separator form. That open and close we use to start and stop subsequences. So we do one little subsequence in every class. So now that we've done our Wuji, our commencement form, and our open and close, let's get busy with single whip. One moment, I need a sip of water. My throat's crying out on me. So we're going to practice single whip to the right tonight. For single whip to the right, start with an open and close. Open and close. Let me demo it to you first. I'm going to demo it to you facing you, and then I'm going to demo it with my back to you. And I'm going to include the commencement form. So, the commencement. Open and close. Single whip to the right. That's the single whip. This is open the curtain. Waving hands in the clouds. Notice how my weight is shifting from one foot to the other, sort of a rocking back and forth. After 3 of the waving hands in the clouds, we bring the hands back to heart center. We're back in Wuji for an open and a close. Now let me do that with my back to you. I'm just going to start from the open and close. So open and close, single whip to the right. I step out to the right, 45 degrees, open the curtain, waving hands in the clouds. End the sequence with an open and close. Okay, now, let's walk you through it. Open and close. The single whip to the right starts with a 45-degree turn to the right. So you turn your body, your torso, 45 degrees to the right. Your weight is shifting to your left foot while you do that. And then you take the right foot and step out with that 45-degree angle, heel toe. As your weight comes down on that right foot, you take the hands and you turn them away. The palms that were holding the energy ball turn away, and you're pushing a curtain of energy. That's it. Let's do that again. Come back to your Wuji. Open and close. Turn 45 degrees to the right and step out and push the energy curtain as your weight comes to the right foot and back. Open and close. Weight to the left foot. Step out with the right. Now, your weight's on the right foot. You're staring at the back of both your hands. Now we're going to open the curtain. We take the right hand and leave it where it is, but the left hand starts to move away. As we rotate the torso, the eyes are following the left hand. The left hand is basically over on your left side. You've opened the curtain. Let's start again. Open, close, single whip to the right, step out, push the curtain, open the curtain. Now you're staring, your weight has now shifted to the left foot, and you're staring at the back of the left hand. The right hand is over here by itself, kind of being ignored, probably a little lonely. So we drop it and allow it to swoosh and just float over to the left side, somewhere near the elbow. That's actually called a swish motion. Whoosh. So hands are apart, the right hand just swishes down. Now, let's do that again. Connect it all, and then we'll go into waving hands in the cloud, which is the hard part of this sequence. Open and close. Weight on the left foot, step out to the right. Push the energy curtain, open the curtain, staring at the back of the left hand. Bring the right hand down to the left elbow and your weight's on the left foot. Here's the tricky part. We're gonna switch the hands. And the way we switch the hands is the right hand comes up, palm faces away, and it basically takes the place of the left hand. Then the left hand comes down toward the right elbow. Let me show you that again. I'm going to push my arm down. My right hand is pointing toward my left elbow. I have my left hand high and I'm looking at the back of it. I'm going to bring the right hand up and replace that left hand and bring that left hand down. You'll notice as you do this, you twist a little bit into the left side. Just twist a little bit more, and that's normal. You actually want to do that. So, let me tell you, if you're totally new to this, you've not done this sequence with us before, don't panic. I will be going over this same sequence every couple of days until you get enough practice that you start to memorize it. And I recommend you practicing it between sessions too. Just take a copy of the class, help at getsetup.io, and I'll send you some descriptive words in my notes. And with practice, it starts to gel with the mind-body connection. For long-term practice, you start connecting single whip with brush the knee. Well, actually, single whip left with brush the knee right, with single whip right with brush the knee left. And you start building a long practice. But we teach it in little pieces of basically 6 forms at a time. So tonight it's single whip to the right. So let's have your hands at heart center and open and close. Weight to the left foot. Now let me teach you a trick. As you bring the weight to the left foot, if you shift that left heel out just a little, it makes it a lot easier. Like my feet are pointed basically forward right now, but I'm raising my left heel a little bit and just moving it out. Then I bring my weight to that left foot, turn 45 degrees to the right and push the curtain. Open the curtain as my weight comes back to my left foot. Bring the right hand down in a swoosh and switch hands. Let's do that again because we need some footwork with it. Open, close, single whip to the right, push the curtain. Weights on the right foot. Open the curtain Now, before you bring the hand down in the swoosh, bring that right foot in to join the left. And now swoosh the hand down and switch. And then rotate. Following, your eyes follow the back of the right hand as you rotate to the right. When your hand gets over to the right, switch hands. The left hand goes up to replace the left. Your right hand goes down. You've kind of gone a little further into that right twist. And you rotate back. Switch hands with the right hand goes high, left hand goes low, and you rotate back. Probably starting to see a little pattern there. Switch hands, rotate back the other way. Switch hands, rotate back. Eyes are always following the back of the higher hand. Rotate left, looking at the back of the left hand. I rotate right, looking at the back of the right hand. Waving hands in the clouds. What I'm doing right here is a great way to practice this if you're not used to doing it. Just repeat the motion back and forth. Each time your weight is shifting back and forth. Like right now, I'm shifting to my left foot as I watch the left hand. And I'm shifting to the right foot as I watch the right hand. I turn my back to you and do that. I'm moving my weight to the right hand as I'm rotating, watching the right hand. I switch hands, rotate back to the left. Rotate right, watching the right hand. Rotate left. Okay. Let me do the whole sequence with you, with my back to you. I'm going to start facing you and then I'm going to turn around. So we're going to start with the open and close. Open and close. Now single whip to the right. Weight goes to the left foot. Step out with the right foot and push the energy curtain. Keeping a nice straight back, not leaning into it. Open the curtain, watching the back of the left hand. Bring in that right foot to join the left. Swish down that right hand. Right hand goes up and replaces the left. Step out with that right foot. This is new. Step out with the right foot and rotate, watching the back of the right hand. This is footwork that's new as of during the session tonight. I hadn't said it earlier this evening. Bring in the left foot to join the right. Switch the hands and rotate back to the left. Weight is shifting back to the left foot. We're creating a little bit of a rocking motion back and forth on the feet. Switch hands, step out with the right and rotate as your weight shifts to the right foot. Bring in the left foot, switch hands, and rotate back. Switch hands, step out to the right and rotate. Switch hands and rotate back. After you do 3 of those, the right hand comes up to join the left, goes a little higher. You rotate the torso back forward for an open and a close. Let's go through that very slowly. Well, I tell you, talking about bad actors really dried out my throat. Okay, find your Wuji and relax into your body. Take a nice slow breath into the belly, the abdomen, and release it. Bring your hands up to heart center. You're grasping your energy ball. Open, pulling that ball apart and releasing it on an exhale. For a single whip to the right, bring your weight to the left foot. That frees up the right foot, and you can turn 45 degrees to the right. Lift the right foot and put down the right heel first. As the weight comes flat on that foot, you turn the palms away and you push, as though you're pushing an invisible curtain. Your weight's on the right foot now. As we open the curtain, the left hand starts moving away from the right, rotating the torso with the eyes watching the back of the left hand. The weight is shifting to your left foot. Your weight on the left foot allows you to lift the right foot and bring it back to join the left. Swish the right hand down, nice and smooth. Bring the right hand up and bring the left hand down. Step out to the right, one small step, and rotate. Watching the back of the right hand, your weight is shifting from the left foot to the right. Bring in the left foot, switch hands, the left hand goes high, and rotate back. Switch hands, step out with the right foot and rotate. Step in with the left, switch hands, and rotate back. Step out with the right and rotate. I see some of you have been practicing, starting to get a little smoother with this. Step in with the left foot and rotate back. The more you do it, the smoother it gets and the less you think about it. The right hand comes up with a little bit of flourish. The torso rotates back forward, and you open and you close. I'm going to turn my back to you. Find your Wuji. Hands to the heart center. Just imagine that that's an energy ball right there at heart center. The energy is swirling between your palms. Your fingers and palms are relaxed. They are curved a little bit to hold the ball of energy. You may even feel a little tingling in your hands. Maybe not, doesn't matter, just as long as you reach for the sensation to see if you feel it. Separate the hands a little for an open. We also call this a pulsing. Exhale and release it. For a single whip to the right, bring your weight to the left foot. Once your weight is firmly on the left leg and left foot, turn your torso 45 degrees to the right. That right foot should be free to lift and step out, put the heel down. As the weight comes forward on the leg, allow the foot to go flat. Your toes are on the floor. Turn the palms away, and you're going to push out over that right knee and push the invisible curtain. You may even feel the curtain because it's such a thick fog of energy. Start rotating the left hand away as you open the curtain, and the weight is shifting from your right foot to the left. Bring in the right foot to join the left. Now swish that right hand down. Just let it drop, real pretty, like, yep, swish it down. Comes near the left elbow. It continues on up and replaces the left hand, and the left hand comes down. And you step out to the right. As you rotate, watching the back of the right hand, waving hands in the clouds, the weight shifts. Bring in that left foot, switch hands, and rotate back as the weight shifts back to the left foot. This is that rocking motion. Switch hands, step out to the right and rotate. Switch hands, step out, step in and rotate. We do 3 of these. Finishing our 3rd one. The right hand actually comes up a little higher than the left. They call that another form of flourish, and then drifts back to heart center as the torso comes forward, and we open and close. Nice. One word of advice I give is these mechanics are not that hard to memorize. You do them a couple of times, you start memorizing them. But the goal is not just to memorize the movements. The goal is to start being aware of what's going on in your body, being aware of where are my hands, where are my feet, where's my head, where's my breath. We call that feeling. We're feeling, becoming aware of the body, becoming aware of the sensations of the body. And it's better to know one form, such as open and close, and feel it. Like when I do open and close, it's not just moving my hands, it's feeling the cool air on my hands from the fan above me. It's feeling a tingling in my palms. It's feeling how my shoulders move to allow me to open and close. The feeling of my breath flowing down through my chest and belly. That's what you want to reach for. That's what you want to feel. And it's better to feel one form, such as open and close, than to memorize 108 mechanical forms. Memorizing is fun. It shows that we've got some brain power. But your Tai Chi is based on feeling the movement. So it's more than just knowing I can separate my hands. It's also feeling it, feeling the sensation of sinking in my knees as I exhale. It's mindfulness. If any of you practice mindfulness, it's basically just mindful movement. So let's do a little bit more practice while we have time. Find your Wuji. Wuji in itself is a form. Maybe until I see you next time, you practice one form. Maybe it's Wuji. Find Wuji and just feel your form and breathe. Feel your breath in Wuji. Or maybe it's open and close for you this time and you just feel open and close. If you've been with me a few weeks, maybe you practice waving hands in the clouds this week. Don't stress over practicing everything. Don't stress over learning everything, because in each class, we're going to repeat these and practice together until it becomes a mind-body practice for you. So find your Wuji and bring your hands up to heart center. Open and close. Single whip to the right. The weight goes to the left foot. Push out to the right. Open the curtain, watching the back of the left hand. Bring the right hand in, bring the right foot in. Switch hands and step out to the right and rotate. Bring in the left foot, raise the left hand and rotate back. Step out with the right foot, raise the right hand and rotate back. Bring in the left foot, raise the left hand and rotate back. I forgot the count, so let's do one more. Step out, raise the right hand and rotate. Step in with the left foot and rotate back. Little flourish in the right hand. As the hands come back to heart center and the torso's forward, you open and close. If you choose to practice waving hands in the clouds this week, you can go to a room. This isn't even a big room for me, but if I go to the far wall and I start waving hands in the clouds, I can probably do 10 of them before I run out of space. And I'm going fast. I don't mean to practice fast. I mean practice slowly. But you can just practice that one form over and over and over again. You can get to the other side of the room and just practice it coming back. Go slowly and try to be mindful in the movement. I mean, the first few times you got to learn the mechanics. Once you kind of got the mechanics, then slow it down. Put on some soft music, which I'm going to mention in the summary at the end. Start to see, if nothing else, reach to see if you can feel the breeze in the air from your home. There's always air moving, and maybe you'll feel the motion against your skin. Or maybe you feel the pressure in your chest as you inhale and the lungs expand. Whatever you feel is perfect. The practice of mindfulness is just feeling, being aware of the sensations. Okay, I'm going to do it this time with my back to you. So find your Wuji. Just breathe. Take a couple of breaths in Wuji. Soft knees, soft shoulders. Oh, that was a yawn. Sorry, folks. It's getting late for me. Hands to the heart center, holding your energy ball. On an inhale, pulse the hands out. And an exhale, pulse the hands in and sink in the knees. Single whip to the right. Bring the weight to the left foot. Turn 45 degrees and step out. Bring the weight back to the left foot as you open the curtain. Bring the right hand down in a swoosh. Bring the right foot in. Switch hands and step out. Switch hands and rotate back. Step out, switch hands and rotate. I can feel my weight shifting from hip to hip. Bring in the left foot, switch hands and rotate back. My weight shifting back to my left hip and left foot. Raise the right hand, step out to the right and rotate as my weight is shifting to my right foot and my right hip. Bring in the left foot, raise the left hand and rotate back. I'm feeling the weight shift to my left hip. Right hand comes a little higher than left. Heart center open. And when you finish a practice, whether you practice 5 minutes or 50 minutes, you close off your practice with a closing form. The hands just go forward and float down. It's kind of a great feeling because you feel that thick air as your hands float down. If you'd like another movement is you bring the hands up, cup toward the ceiling, bring them up to heart center, and you push energy down the center of your body. Just push that energy down. You can even do a couple of them. Inhale, just because it feels good, and exhale. I want to do one more because it feels good. Inhale and exhale. Let's come sitting. Let's come seated. Let's go sit. If you haven't had a sip of water during your session, now would be a good time to grab some. Let's see. Okay. Okay, just a quick summary. Tai Chi is a slow, mindful movement practice. Yes, I know it's felt like I rushed the class because I did. I have a certain amount of information I want to get to you in each class to make it logically connected so we can associate one class to the other so the forms can eventually flow together. I'm actually working on trying to talk the powers that be into letting me do a class once every 2 weeks. That's just called Tai Chi practice, where we come together and we spend the class practicing all 4 pieces of the forms: the single whip right, single whip left, brush the knee right, brush the knee left, and plus the 3 introductory forms. And we just practice those for the time instead of so much detailed teaching of each one. I will talk you through them, but I won't give so much instruction. It will just be you and me practicing for the time, expecting that you've already attended the classes enough to have a basic understanding. So keep your fingers crossed. I'm working on it. If you want to go in and request that, it might help me. Tai Chi practice. Now, you don't have to practice this between class. there's no Tai Chi police that's going to come knocking on your door if you don't practice. You may want to just come and do it with me in class. And I've had a lot of students over the years, that's exactly what they wanted to do. Fine. But if you do practice, even 5 minutes a day will make a big difference. And you will relish the experience once you get used to doing it. I will warn you, though, it can get a little addictive. I recommend music with the practice, whatever you find relaxing, doesn't matter what it is. I like soft classical. I like nature sounds. I love doing it outside with natural sounds. Unfortunately, sometimes in a park, that means hearing cars go by. But hey, it's life, and it's still natural sounds of modern culture. Thank you for coming tonight. I know it's getting late for some of us on Monday evenings. For others, you might be 6 hours off in Britain. But for some of us, it's getting late on Monday evening. So whatever time zone you're in, I am so glad you joined me this evening. And if you're having any good experiences on Get Set Up at all, and I know you are, because it's just too wonderful not to, please share them with people. And if you would go on social media, that would be really helpful in spreading the word. But if you don't want to go on social media, would you mind writing up a description of your experience and sending it to Liz? Liz at getsetup.io will blog it. She has a blog, and she will handle this for you and spread the word on what interesting experience that you've had. Now, if you want to take some other classes, and man, I hope you are taking other classes, try Qigong. There's 2 or 3 different Qigong classes going on with Ellen. Give that a try. You're going to find it very related to Tai Chi, since it really is the original basis for Tai Chi. Qigong is separate exercises like yoga is separate exercises. Tai Chi takes those separate exercises and puts them into a sequence, kind of like flow yoga does. Now, for me, my next class will be obviously Tai Chi for beginners. I teach it about 5 times a week. Probably tomorrow when I teach it, I'm going to do brush the knee, because I'm going to go flipping back and forth between brush the knee and single whip, so people have an opportunity to learn and try both of them. I'll constantly be flipping between left and right on both of them, so you learn all 4 pieces. Another class I teach is called Tai Chi Shibashi. It's totally separate, totally different than what we did tonight. It's 18 exercises that you do in a particular sequence for therapeutic reasons. It's a health-based program. You can do it seated, you can do it standing. There's very little foot movement anyway. It's fun to do. Most people find it pleasurable, and you don't have to memorize anything if you don't want to, though you do start kind of learning the exercises. All you have to do is follow me. I'm going to guide you through the whole thing. So just show up and follow me. And I think I'm teaching it 3 times a week now. I'm pushing to teach it at least 5 times a week, and maybe 6 if I can get an evening or 2 set. I have a couple of people who want Shibashi in the evening. Next Friday, I'm going to teach my first class of Kundalini Yoga at Get Set Up. It is chair-based, but if you tell me that you want to use a mat, I will be glad to teach it both ways. In my in-person classes, I always teach chair and mat simultaneously. The left side of the class is mat-based. The right side of the class is chair-based. And I have some people who go back and forth during the class between chair and mat. So I'm used to doing that. So if you want mat yoga, just let me know. If you've never heard of Kundalini, come give it a try. If you've heard of it, then you know what I'm talking about. It's fantastic. It's a therapeutic style of yoga that works on strengthening your nervous system, massaging your glands, massaging your organs. It's about making us healthier. It's not going to the gym and sweating like some hatha yoga is. It's about making us healthier. Now, class notes will come out tonight, and I will give you a bit of some key takeaways from class, including the description of one of the forms that I went over tonight. Each time I try to send out a different description so that eventually you can collect them all and have a series and trade them on eBay. No, that's baseball cards. Sorry. So you have a collection of them to use in your own personal practice to help you along with the recordings. Do give feedback, though. In the notes that I send you, there'll be a button about giving feedback, and we do need your feedback. You have a chance to rate the session. and you have a chance to rate the guide. I'm the guide. The session is Tai Chi for beginners, and it'll default to 4 stars. If you just hit done, it'll rate 4 stars. But you know, some people really get a lot of enjoyment by taking that cursor up and clicking that 5th star. I know I do. I get a lot of enjoyment every time one of you clicks that 5th star. So give it a try. You can put a comment in here about the session. Tell us how you feel about it. You can put a comment in about me. Tell us how you feel about me. And we've gotten some really good feedback here. That's why I light my feet so brightly now, because people say they need a better view of my feet. Somebody wanted more views of me turned around, so I'm doing my best to remember to turn around and give you that perspective more often. So your feedback really does pay off. If there's something about Get Set Up that you can improve, there's a box right here at the bottom where you can enter in anything that you'd like to improve, anything you'd like to learn. You know, I keep promoting somebody to request underwater basket weaving, but I don't think anybody's requested it yet. But you can request what you want to learn. Maybe you want to learn conversational French. Whatever you want, put it here and ask for it, and then click done. The Get Set Up community, and it is quite a community, wants to spread the word, and you're the best person to do that. So tell people about it. And if you have an interest that you would like to share with other people with common interest, volunteer to host an interest group. Just email help@getsetup.io and say, I have an interest in knitting baby booties, and I want to share that with other people who want to knit baby booties. Or maybe you want to crochet a Doctor Who scarf. And if you don't know what a Doctor Who scarf is, that means you're just not a science fiction nerd like I am. But that's okay. But if you have an interest in anything, maybe you like growing violets, do an interest group. All thing you have to do is click the button, open the session, and say, hey, this session's about growing violets. You know, who here wants to talk about violets? And everybody talks. It's a really nice social time of a shared interest, and you get to learn things from other people with your same interest. We partner with agencies, assisted care, senior living, government organizations, community organizations. We currently have contracts with the state of state of Michigan and the state of New York, and other contracts are in negotiation. So if you're associated to one of these senior living or assisted care facilities or an organization, send us the contact information, send us names and email addresses, phone numbers. We will reach out to them to see if we can partner with them and grow. You can help us grow. And the more we grow, the more we can have to share on the platform. And if you want a copy of the recording, please request it from help@getsetup.io. They will set you up. Okay, that's it for tonight. Got time to chat. If anybody's got any questions, let me get back to that. Yes.
Please come into the frame. You're not into the frame.
I forgot
yeah.
to switch cameras. Thank you. I am so sorry. I'm trying to get used to using 2 cameras, and I keep making a mistake. So there, see, I was here all the time. I was just hidden. Thank you, Nancy. So any questions? Anything we can talk about for 4 minutes? Anybody having an interesting dinner?
We get to eat now?
If you're in the Eastern time zone and you're going into, well, actually probably Mountain time zone would be dinner time. For Eastern, we're past dinner, aren't we? So, but I just thought I'd bring it up. But no, if anybody wants to talk about Tai Chi, has anybody here done my Tai Chi Shibashi class?
Love it.
Oh, Judy has. Denise, thank you. Thank you for coming. Feel free to, and Verna, I know I should remember you from there. And I remember a Denise, but I didn't remember the last name. Do you sometimes just go by your first name, Denise? Okay, that's it. Well, if you haven't done Shibashi, please give it a try. Judy made a comment that was positive. So it must be interesting if Judy likes it, because she's very, Judy doesn't just like anything. She's very demanding. So.
That's right.
I know Judy. I can actually say she's a very old friend of mine. I've known her actually, I've known you your whole life, haven't I?
You have. You're the one that named me.
Yeah, she's my sister. Oh, I shouldn't tell them that, because then I could use you as a hidden entity to say things I wanted you to say. Well, do give Shibashi a try. It is one of the most pleasurable things for me to lead and to do. So I really enjoy sharing it with people. Let me take a look at chat. Maybe there's something in chat I could
that
see.
you're supposed to read 4 minutes ago.
Oh, Judy was telling me to change camera. Well, Nancy yelled out at me. Judy didn't. And feel free to chat and say thank you to Nancy. We couldn't do these sessions without a good TA, let me tell you. And Victoria, thank you for coming. Yeah, the TA can make or break these sessions, and Nancy's a good one. So I'm going to say goodbye, and hopefully I'll see some of you in my session tomorrow. I'll do another Tai Chi for beginners tomorrow, and then Kundalini Yoga on Friday if you want to explore something new. Kundalini Yoga is good if you're 10 or 110. It's great stuff. So I'm going to say goodbye, but I'm also going to advise you, take care of yourself. These are rough days, especially with COVID. Take care of yourself, because you cannot take care of your loved ones and your friends and your family unless you take care of yourself first. So take really good care of you, and come back and see me again. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Nancy.